about the intro. Long intro. I had to close the window because there's a loud trash truck. So anyway, today's episode we're going to be talking about, well, I don't know what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about like random things, I guess. You know, I guess that's what we're going to talk about. A lot of crazy shit happened last night. If you live in Minnesota, police precinct was burnt to the ground. Looting, shit like that. Yeah. It's fucking crazy. I mean, it is just fucked up and crazy and shit, like, you know. And it's so weird though, it's like, it's weird how people on Twitter respond. I think people who are on Twitter who respond to things, like, there's some people who have common sense on Twitter, like, and stuff, but there are people who are on Twitter who are just fucking retarded. Like, they are some retarded people on Twitter who are justifying burning down a police precinct and looting and shit, like these. I mean, of course, these are the motherfuckers who probably don't live in the areas they got, like, looted and burnt to the ground. Like, I watched Ferguson get looted and burned to the ground. And Ferguson has not ever recovered. Like, yeah, like, there's businesses that don't want to be in Ferguson. And they choose not to go to Ferguson for to do business and stuff because they saw what happened. They watched AutoZone, a weave shop, McDonald's, like, all these things just get looted and burned to the ground and stuff. And I mean, you have reporters who are just like on the scene showing you, like, Fox 2 News in St. Louis. There's another Fox 2 News, just not that one. But KTVI Fox 2 News here did an entire promo about their coverage. Like, they were proud that they were on the scene, on the grounds, in the sky during the Ferguson riots. Like, they were just like fucking promoting the shit out of the Ferguson riots. Good morning. Good luck. Thank you, love. Like, they were just like all over the scene about the fucking riots in Ferguson. And now in Minnesota, a police precinct burnt to the ground, businesses burnt to the ground, riots happening. It's all over the fucking country. like I woke up at like 12 in the morning with the news alert on my phone, and I had to like do 3 takes to make sure, like, am I reading the right stuff? A police precinct in Minnesota burnt to the ground. Well, not burnt to the ground, but almost burnt to the ground. And it is just fucking crazy. And stuff. And I just look at it, I'm like, this is like Ferguson. Like, and everybody's just like, you know, on Twitter justifying it and shit. Like, I'll read you some Twitter responses. that some people wrote, like, I mean, they wouldn't write, like, they're, like, and Trump's been on Twitter a lot. You know, like, alright. I'm looking for the and one thing that one thing that was pretty funny though throughout the protest was a CNN reporter got arrested. like that was like the one thing that made me laugh, was just watching a CNN reporter get arrested. Like, I mean, it's less worse than what happened to the MSNBC reporter, which was he got a rock thrown at him. And I thought it was kind of funny, though, because I didn't like the reporter, because, you know, like, he got, I forget who it was. It was, I know who he is, like, if you, like, he is a guy who is a white dude, brown hair, wears glasses, and he has, like, a very snarky response and a, you know, condescending, cocky look on his face, and he got a rock thrown at him, like, it wasn't Don Lemon, though. Like, Don Lemon was in CNN. Don Lemon probably was just like, I ain't going near there. I worked in St. Louis once. I ain't going there. But I forget who the fuck that dude was that got hit by a rock. I was, like, laughing hysterically because I thought, like, he deserved it. Because it's like, one, you know... I guess they deleted the tweet. The dude wrote like the stupidest shit defending a police precinct getting burnt, you know, torched and shit, like. But Trump got like, you know, in trouble with Twitter. Which I don't know how the hell the president could get in trouble with Twitter, like. But what Trump wrote was something that I honestly think is kind of honest in his opinion. It's an honest opinion. He wrote, "These thugs are dishonoring the memory of George Floyd, the man who died while getting arrested by the police. I won't let that happen. Just spoke to Governor Walz, told him that the military is with him all the way. Any difficulty, and we will assume control. When the looting starts, the shooting starts. Thank you." Meaning, what he said was meaning that there would be people trying to shoot at cops and stuff. And there was, like, when they torched the police precinct, I retweeted a video that I found on Twitter. I changed the name, by the way, because I was like in a King of the Hill mood, so I decided to change it to at Dale Tech Inc., which is a reference to my favorite episode of Dale Gribble, is where Dale starts his own tech business, security and stuff. So, anyway. The police at the 3rd precinct that got torched, I retweeted a Keemstar, posted the video, retweeted the video, I guess. Police officers were escaping the 3rd precinct that they were charging at and trying to, you know, starting to burn to the ground. Police retreat right before the 3rd precinct started to burn to the ground. So, these thugs, that's right, I'll say it, these thugs started going at the 3rd precinct of a police building and starting to torch it. It's like straight out of fucking Gotham, basically. There's no Batman. So they started throwing bottles, shooting fireworks at these people. It's like the movie The Fucking War with Elijah Wood. So these people are like throwing shit at the cop cars. So anyway, it was just like crazy shit happening. Here's one that kind of cracked me up. This involved Don Lemon, Don Lemon's not the brightest light bulb on the news. Don's take on CNN. 2 deadly viruses are killing Americans: COVID and racism. Like, and one person wrote, "What a headline." What a headline. Like, damn. Like, that was just like... And the thing that's so crazy is they looted a Target. They looted a Target, which... Listen, I'm not the biggest Target fan. I know, I got banned from a Target in Washington. So what do you expect? I'm not a fan of Target, but they play the video on the news and stuff, and it shows people like, one, they're not doing social distancing. Number one. Number two, they're wearing the masks. Like, they're taking advantage of like wearing the mask covers while looting the stores and stuff. Like, I seen a 90-year-old person walk into Target while it's being looted. I'm thinking, like, what the fuck is this lady doing? And I honestly believe the conspiracy theory that George Soros is behind this. Because, one, it starts out with people who are protesting, which I can understand people protesting. Like, there were people protesting over the Michael Brown thing, and one, that big whole clusterfuck of a Ferguson protest turned riot made it difficult to figure out what the fuck happened during that whole situation. None of us knows, or probably will know what the fuck happened between Michael Brown, the cop, and God. Those are the three that probably know what happened in the whole situation. And the whole protest thing that started out peacefully, and I believe that the people in Minnesota did it peacefully. I do. Do I think they wanted to burn down a police precinct and throw shit at cops? I hope not. But this whole looting, this whole, rioting, this whole entire shit is taking away the Floyd's death and Floyd's life that was taken early from him. You're taking that whole meaning of this guy died in the hands of cops. Instead, we're going to make it about, we're going to torch shit and burn it to the ground and loot it and all that. You know, and I feel like ever since the LA riots, they're trying to top that. I feel like they're trying to top that. I feel like they're trying to like top the LA riots and shit. That's what I feel like they're trying to do. And it's kind of like, I just feel like it's kind of dumb of them doing that. And I did say it once to somebody. I said it once that the whole face mask thing is going to be used to get away stealing shit. Because one, like, you're wearing a face mask cover, you're covering up your entire face. I mean, not your entire face, but a huge part of your face. Where all they will see is your eyes and eyebrows. And that's it. You know. That's what I feel like they're just doing. Like, just taking advantage of the whole face mask thing and stuff. So, anyway, I wanted to talk about the Minnesota protests, riots, fire thing like that. It was just, when I saw that, it was just like, and watching the news of it, I was just like, and the irony is, Hollywood just lost their fucking mind. I'll just say it. Like, Hollywood just, oh my god. Like, I gotta read some of the shit. Like, I was on Breitbart, like, reading some of this. Michael Moore. Minnesota Police HQ must be demolished as coronation to Black America. Michael Moore is a fucking piece of shit of a human being. Like, I hate Michael Moore. Like, if there's like one celebrity I really hate, it's Michael Moore. Like, if you ever watch South Park, go on YouTube, type in South Park Michael Moore. I love it. Like, I have the same views as South Park when it comes to, like, you know, politics and worldview. Like, they make fun of Michael Moore because, one, Michael Moore did a documentary about Bowling for Columbine, which, according to HBO Max and Turner Classic Movies, it is a classic movie. I don't know how the fuck it is, but apparently it is. Matt Stone, I was going to say Trey Parker, but Trey Parker was like, I ain't fucking doing a documentary. Matt Stone was in the documentary talking about the Columbine shooters and stuff. Like, you know, he's like, I own a gun, and, you know, like, and he talks about the Columbine shooting and bullying and stuff like that. It's kind of fucking funny though. Like, they do this whole anti-bullying campaign thing like all the time now, and I just like, why didn't you do it after the shooting, after the Columbine shooting? Just a question, like, and stuff. But Matt Stone was in it, and Matt Stone, I think Trey Parker, Matt Stone said it that during the documentary, Michael Moore wanted them to do a cartoon short for the movie. And I think they said no, that they weren't going to do it. They didn't want to get involved in it, and they just didn't want to do it. So Michael Moore played the cartoon short of Quiet Mountain Town, where Stan is singing, and I think it's the movie, South Park the movie, where Stan sings about South Park, calling it Quiet Mountain Town and stuff. So it's a musical part, I think in the movie. I think it's South Park the movie. It's been a while since I've seen the movie and stuff. So, they play the clip of it, and Bob Matt Stone's talking and stuff, and they do American history thing. Michael Moore plays this American history cartoon short, and it looks exactly like South Park. But it looks cheaper and it looks shitty. So, Matt Stone and Trey Parker got pissed about that, making it look like they did the short for this cartoon thing. And the thing that Michael Moore didn't know about was Matt Stone and Trey Parker are libertarian. I think they said like once they were Republicans or something. I forget. So I think they did it just to sort of like fuck with Hollywood and stuff. But they did the whole short, and Michael Moore, produced it and stuff, and made it look like South Park did it and stuff. So I think ever since then they got like pissed off, and they just decided like they're gonna just mock, Michael Moore and stuff. And they did with like Team America, World Police. Then they the Red Robin, sit-in protest and stuff. So here's what Matt Stone once said about politics. Yeah, politically, Stone described himself as a libertarian. In 2001, he summed it up in his views with a comment stating, quote, "I hate conservatives, but I really fucking hate liberals." Yeah, basically my point of view of things. So, yeah. But, we'll get off to politics pretty soon. I just want to read this article. Left-wing documentary filmmaker Michael Moore declared earlier Friday morning that Minnesota Police Department headquarters must be demolished as a coronation to Black America in the mindset of rioters setting police precinct ablaze. Oh, he wrote it on Twitter. I probably didn't get to read it since the fat fucker blocked me on Twitter after I criticized him about what was that dude's name? The one Suleimani guy. I think that's his name. Suleimani. Trump killed him and stuff, and Michael Moore got pissed off and just kept apologizing to the Iranian people for America killing, as he puts it, their hero. And Suleimani is known for torturing, Iranian people and stuff. And it was the most like I remember I just kind of went off on him I went off on Michael Moore by I wrote like, why don't you just fucking move to that country? like he went right, like it was sort of like a slap to the face of like military Americans. Like I have family members that were in the military. My cousin was in the Marines. My one cousin was an Army soldier who got injured after an explosion thing, left him crippled almost. I had an uncle, God rest his soul, who was in the Air Force. I had an uncle who was a mechanic in the Army. And I had an uncle who fought in Desert Storm. Like, I'm very proud of my family members who are in the military. I am proud of that. So I just felt like it was kind of a slap to the face that, you're, you know, trying to make a hero out of a person who killed people, but also the people in his country who don't agree with him, who don't support his views of things. Like, I feel like people in a lot of countries should have their own point, their own voice, their own opinion, their own views of things. And and the funny thing about what Moore did about the Soleimani thing was a lot of people in Iran went off on him. Like, I never seen that. I was just like, it was funny though, before he blocked me, I was sitting back there laughing, reading a lot of the comments that he thought would get over with people and who are from Iran, who live in America or in other countries, and people in Iran. But they were like, nope, you're not speaking for us, and they just went fucking off on him. And I thought that was amusing, and I thought that was awesome to see. Like, and a lot of people here in America don't like him either, so a lot of us don't like Michael Moore. So here's what Michael Moore wrote. Oh boy. Here's what he wrote. I'll start off with the this is what Moore wrote. Good morning. Good citizens. Burning down the evil police precinct in Minnesota. After all police were out and safe, all police should go home. No violence, please. Police HQ must be demolished by the city tomorrow as it shows coronation to Black America. Rebuild the PD with decent, kind people, aka people of color. I hear a dumpster truck, so that's kind of the irony of it. Oh, boy. I don't know how to respond to that. Like, one, that sounds like you're encouraging this to happen. Like, if something happens, you're going to encourage, like, let that happen again. Like, do it again, And the thing about it is, the most fucked up thing about it, like, I ever saw, is people who do this stuff, like, who protest and, like, destroy things, they start, like, doing poses, like, dramatic, like, emotional poses, and then they do, like, this, like, they're, like, trying to shoot a gangster rap video while doing it. Like, it's the dumbest shit I've ever seen. like there's like one photo, like one video of a guy doing like a dramatic like gangster pose. Like, I don't know. I know some people will be like, it's offensive to say that, but and stuff. So let's read the rest of the article. Protests over the police involved death of George Floyd well into the morning Friday, a third day of violence in Minnesota, while similar disturbance broke out in Louisville, Kentucky, and other places in the country. And shit, I hope it doesn't happen here. I know somewhere, some people in Ferguson's like, board the fucking windows. We're like, because I know Ferguson. Like, I watched, like I said, I watched Ferguson get looted and burned to the ground. Floyd, who was arrested on suspicion of using a counterfeit bill at a grocery store. The precinct building has been evacuated, ordered by Minnesota Mayor Jacob Frey, who said he is unwillingly to endanger lives to protect the building. He stated, quote, I understand the importance of the precinct, but symbolism of the building cannot outweigh the importance of life of our officers or the public who could not risk serious injuries to anyone, and we will continue to patrol the 3rd Precinct entirely. By 4:30 a.m. Friday, which is today, protesters and looters are still out on the streets in the neighborhoods as several nearby commercial buildings burned unchecked. Firefighters arrived shortly after, accompanied by the police and riot gear, who began to arrest people in the area, including a CNN reporter and crew members. I'm sorry, that still makes me laugh about CNN reporters getting arrested. Shit, I wish I would have been the officer arresting them, and they'd be like, "What are you arresting me for?" I'd be like, "Fake news." That's what I would have done, but yeah. Anyway, more committed, a felony punishment. Yes, I agree with this one person. That more should be arrested, but Twitter won't even censor his tweets. That's right. I mean, they censored Trump, so I mean, this one saying that police HQ must be demolished is kind of like anarchy. So anyway, let's get to the geek news stuff. I kind of wanted to talk about this because it's just so fucked up. Alrighty. It's been announced that Sonic the Hedgehog is in the works. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, is in the works. That's cool. I can't wait. I seen the first movie and I really enjoyed it. So I know a lot of the. I was up at the store and I know a lot of the. I was at the store yesterday. I know a lot of the DVDs and Blu-rays of Sonic 2 are almost gone. So anyway, this one is kind of interesting as well. AT&T deletes Henry Cavill Superman tweet and possibly Ben Affleck Batman. Following the reports that Henry Cavill is returning as Superman, the official AT&T Twitter deleted a tweet seemingly confirming the news. Wednesday, it's reported by the Hollywood Trades that Henry Cavill will be returning as Superman. It's reported that Cavill will appear in various DC movies but presently Warner Brothers is not developing Man of Steel 2. Worth mentioning is that Warner Brothers has yet to officially confirm things. Regarding to the AT&T tweet, for the past week or so, AT&T's Twitter account have been having fun with fans by hyping the release of the Snyder Cut, as well as the launch of HBO Max streaming service, with various DC movies and shows. AT&T Twitter account has also teased the Ayer cut of Suicide Squad. Oh shit. I don't want to see that. Every time I hear the Suicide, every time I hear it, I think of the Will Smith, part. What are we? Some kind of Suicide Squad? I wish they'd bring him back. just to do the intro. Yeah, that's right. It's the Suicide Squad. Just have him do a voice cameo. Just do it like that. Just give the intro and the title. I don't know. I mean, I kind of want to see Ayer's cut be released. If that means getting rid of the, acid-looking movie that they hired, literally hired a trailer people who do like trailers and stuff, like edits and stuff like that, like they let the people who do trailers, the trailer of the Suicide Squad movie, do the editing of that movie. Like literally, they did that. It was like the stupidest shit I've ever seen. And I mean, I like the characters in the movie. I will give the movie Suicide Squad props. I even did a review. Like, I said nice things about it, and I said things that that were terrible about it. I mean, Killer Croc was awesome. Captain Boomerang. Let's see. Katana, is my favorite. One of my favorite characters in the movie, and I wish they would have used her in the Birds of Prey movie, because she was in the Birds of Prey comics and stuff. But they didn't, like they just were like, we're not gonna bring her in. But if you ever seen the show The Boys, she was fucking awesome in that show. Like, she was badass in that show. Katana was really awesome in the show The Boys, and that show is pretty fucked up. But it was it was a good show and stuff. And season, I can't wait to see what happens in it in season 2, if they ever make it and stuff. Here's what they wrote. So following the Henry Cavill as Superman, a fan tweeted, "Yeah, slowly but surely. Hashtag Snyder Cut. A Snyderverse hashtag hashtag Snyderverse at Zack Snyder at AT&T, Warner Media, HBO Max. Hashtag Superman. Hashtag Man of Steel." AT&T replied, but then deleted it. "It's just the beginning." I like that. Yeah. They deleted it, so obviously AT&T could be just having fun with the fans. The tweet implied not only the deal with Henry Cavill back as Superman, but complete possibly more, such as fans thinking that Ben Affleck has a chance of returning as the Batman, which actually has been rumored. The rumor has it that Ben Affleck will star and be the showrunner of the Batman series on HBO Max. Well, Ben Affleck had issues filming previously as Batman. Reportedly, those WB executives are no longer involved in the DC films. Rumor has it that Ben Affleck will be in full control of the Batman HBO Max TV series, streaming series. So they're talking about the possibility of Ben Affleck having his own Batman show, his own Batman series, like miniseries and stuff, like Daredevil on Netflix type thing. Which I would be like, take my fucking money, I'm in. like I would be like on board wanting to see that. Like, are you kidding me? Like, the last time we ever seen like a live action Batman series, which happened in the 60s with Adam West. So, for that, I'd be like, take my fucking money. Like, I'm on board. I want to see it. Regarding to the Batman movie, we can simply guess it'll be its own thing and separate, similar to Joaquin Phoenix's Joker movie. So AT&T is thinking about the idea of making Robert Pattinson's Batman films their own thing. The Batman Pattinson Reeves films their own thing, and letting Ben Affleck Batman do it, be involved with the I guess I don't know. I guess have Affleck involved with the DCEU films, I guess. I don't know. AT&T tweet also implies it's only the beginning with Henry Cavill returning as Superman. So everything, I guess, is... I will say this, like, Cavill deserves a run with Superman. We haven't seen him on the big screen as Superman since Justice League, and the last time we ever had a comment about Superman and the DC universe was in Shazam. And I would love to see Superman back on the big screen and stuff. And Henry Cavill was not the problem with Superman, even though a lot of Warner Brothers people like to point the finger at Superman being the problem. Superman is technically not the problem. The problem was with the WB people, being involved, with changing everything in the film and stuff. So let's read this other crazy article. Snyder Cut may lead to the Man of Steel 2 and Justice League. With the Snyder Cut coming to HBO Max, it's said that the flick may lead to a... hold on. I hate these stupid pop-ups. May lead to Justice League 2 and Man of Steel 2. YouTuber Grace Randolph claims that Warner Brothers has asked Zack Snyder to add seeds to his Snyder Cut for Man of Steel 2 and Justice League 2. Recent news about Henry Cavill returning as Superman saw it's reported that Warner Brothers isn't developing a Man of Steel 2. It is said that Henry Cavill will instead be making appearances in other DC films such as possibly Aquaman 2, Black Adam, and Shazam 2. Grace suggests that the appearances of Cavill may be sprinkled throughout the DCEU films. Assuming they will be successful, and appearances may lead to a Man of Steel 2 in addition. Justice League 2, which of course depends on the success of the Snyder Cut on HBO Max. I will say this, it probably will. It will probably be successful. You see more of, oddly enough, AT&T kind of throwing everything out there, and I'm sure the person who is in charge of AT&T's social media, Twitter and all that, is probably getting paid overtime for hyping everything up. Sorry, it's my Brita water bottle. So the person who's handling AT&T's Twitter probably took pages out of Wendy's Twitter account. Just hyping everything. Warner Brothers has asked Zack Snyder to put in the groundwork for both projects, Man of Steel 2 and Justice League, into the Snyder Cut, said Randolph. So if it is a hit, they will move the place forward. Clear route. So anyway, so it's been through the story of Zack Snyder creating his own DCEU. Snyder Cut may be continued for HBO Max. But Grace notes with Henry Cavill back as Superman and talks of the Snyder Cut may lead to the Man of Steel 2, Justice League, so it could mean additional theatrical releases for Snyder's DCEU stories. One person who wrote the article, I add my own 2 cents, and I just had a conversation with Hollywood insiders. Not about anything particular. They told me various studios are battling with movie theaters over streaming, and that Warner Brothers does not eventually have plans to release new movies through HBO Max, so we will have to wait and see. I will say this one. I kind of want to throw this thought in my head. I don't know if Warner Brothers and AT&T are listening, but if they're going to put in, the Snyder Cut and a lot of their eggs in the basket for HBO Max, if I was them, I would take full advantage of HBO Max. And what I mean is, you have the Titans, DC series, Titans. You have Doom Patrol. You have Stargirl. Shit, why not do an entire, Judas Contract type story? You know what I mean? Why not go fucking crazy with it? I mean, with the cast of Titans, and they are phenomenal, why not do a fucking movie with them? Why not do a Titans movie? Judas Contract. I mean, they kind of wasted, season 2. Season 2 has kind of been my problem. They really sort of, missed the opportunity with Deathstroke. Which, I remember just watching and going oh, they just wasted it. They built it, and whammo, they blew it because of that. But I mean, they didn't bring in Tara into the show, or did they? I forget. But why not just go for it? Why not just go for it? Why not just bring in Tara? I forget who's in Judas Contract. Deathstroke. I know that one, but why not just go for it? That to me would be awesome to see them just go for it. Do a movie with the Titans cast and stuff like that. I mean, shit, I would love to see Cyborg movie, and hopefully with the Snyder Cut thing, they will sort of open a door with the possibilities of a Titans, series, Cyborg series or movie. I'm thinking of the Titans. I would fucking love to see. I still want to see Cyborg in the Titan series, Cyborg from Doom Patrol show up, but HBO Max, I mean, it'd be the perfect platform for other DC heroes to be on there. Plastic Man, Plastic Man would be really cool. I would love to see that. But I know they're doing Green Lantern, which I read somewhere, I read that they are going all out with Green Lantern. This is not going to be your CW type show. This is HBO Max, and they're going with they're going all out. And I would love to see them take, that opportunity with the Lantern and stuff. So, Also, the person who wrote the article, I also heard Snyder Cut will cost around $80 million. So if Zack Snyder is adding new content to connect to Man of Steel 2 and Justice League, that could be further explain the cost. Like I said, like they should go all out on this one. Like if they're gonna do it, go for it. You know. Yeah. So here's one that's kind of this one story kind of makes me smile. J.K. Simmons is one of my favorite actors. J.K. Simmons played J. Jonah Jameson for Spider-Man from Maguire to the last Spider-Man movie. What was it? Far From Home? So that was awesome to see, you know, him show up in that one. But he also played Commissioner James Gordon. And with the Snyder Cut and the Justice League movie coming to HBO Max, that means new footage, which could include additional J.K. Simmons scenes as James Gordon. In a recent interview, J.K. Simmons was asked about the Snyder Cut, where he ordered it could be featured a small amount of new footage. He said, quote, "I did talk to Zack. Yeah. He had to get everybody's permission to do that. By everybody, I mean the cast. We chatted a couple times. I don't know. There is going to be a significantly more Commissioner Gordon. And there's a little bit more that we shot that wasn't used in the final cut there. So, I don't know. I'm anxiously waiting, as the fans are." I really loved J.K. Simmons being cast as Gordon, because he's one of those good actors. If you ever watch shows like The Closer or Whiplash, or he did a movie with Tom Hanks. he he was fucking funny with Tom Hanks in this movie. Him and Marlon Wayans, they were both fucking funny, and I just was like, why haven't they done a comedy film together? So they did this, Tom Hanks and him did this movie called The Lady Killers, which is directed by Joel and Ethan Coen, who wrote the screenplay based on The Lady Killers by William Rose, a British black comedy. And and they play as Tom Hanks plays Goldwaite Higginson Dorr, PhD, who is a mastermind of a casino heist. He is a chatty southern dandy. And he brings in all these people who he brings along, like Marlon Wayans, who's a foul-mouthed guy. J.K. Simmons plays Gareth Pancake, a demolition expert who suffers from IBS and has a female partner named Mountain Girl, whom he met with at the IBS, the Irritable Bowel Singles Weekend. So it's a funny movie, and J.K. Simmons, him and Marlon Wayans have this diner scene, and they both like cracked me up. And I don't know how Tom Hanks in this scene just kept a straight face. I don't know how. It was just, it cracked me up. And J.K. Simmons is just, he's one of those great actors. He could do a serious role and he could do a comedy role, and he's a brilliant actor and stuff. So for me, I would love to see him back as Gordon. Like, he looked like Commissioner Gordon, oddly enough. Like, he just, and him and Jeremy Irons, like, they were like, two of the, actors that, you had Jeremy Irons, you have J.K. Simmons, Ben Affleck. Like, they were three of the guys who sort of, they sort of like, didn't get the chance to do what, the films that they wanted to do and stuff. And, I do look forward to Pattinson's Batman. I really do. I hope they get to work quickly on filming it, because, like, I'm eager to see what they have in their vision. And I would love to see Affleck, get to play his Batman films and stuff, and, sort of see where their vision's going to go. So, I mean, if not, then that sucks. But I think, I know Affleck did record a video. Kevin Smith played a video of Ben Affleck thanking the fans and stuff, and hopefully there's like an eagerness to see this vision come out and stuff. And but also, it's like I said, it's in one of those categories of what if. Like, where would, Gotham look like in Affleck's version? And I did get to see, like, I did watch the Justice League film. And I couldn't help but notice that Gotham in the Justice League film, the Ben Affleck, Batman, that not Justice League, but Gotham looks a bit like the Arkham version. Like, they look like the Arkham Gotham in, like, an Arkham Knight and stuff. And I just couldn't help but notice that. Like, it was like, it was one of those things that just, I was like, that looks like Arkham. Like, but, so, anyway. Zack Snyder. We'll read this final article, and you know what? We'll read that some day tomorrow. I think we'll read it I think we'll read this article Monday. Kind of want to see what is. I did see the tweet Tom King wrote about. I did see the tweet about what Tom King wrote about he's working on a comic, a kissy comic, as he puts it. That kind of cracked me up. They recently announced, DC has announced another comic. Another young adult graphic novel. It's been announced that Camina Garcia of the novels Beautiful Creatures and artist Gabrielle Picalu, the creative duo behind the New York Times bestselling graphic novel Titans Raven, comes a new romantic meetup comic we all been waiting for years. And it's going to be Titans, Beast Boy Loves Raven. Which is the plot. It seems like years, and it's only been a few days since Raven Roth recovered her memories, trapped her demon father Trigon in her amulet, and had her heart broken for the first time. But she doesn't have time to think about the past. She has to focus on finding a way to get rid of Trigon for good. Garfield Logan, aka Beast Boy, still can't believe he has powers to allow him to change into different animals, but the price of knowing that his parents kept the secret hidden from him just feels too high. What's more difficult, controlling his abilities could have unexpected consequences. Both are seeking answers from one person who seems to have them all figured out, Slade Wilson. When their paths converge in Nashville, the country music, y'all, Rave and Gar can't help but feel a connection despite the secrets they both tried to hide. There'll be a great amount of trust and courage to overcome the wounds of their past. But can they find acceptance for the darkest part of themselves, or maybe even love? So the person who did the novel Beautiful Creatures is doing the Titans, Beast Boy Loves Raven. Yeah, one thing that I'm always surprised about, I'm going to throw this out there, is with them doing like the young adult graphic novels and DC Icons novel series and stuff. I'm surprised they have not done The Flash. I'm going to throw that out there. Like, I would love the opportunity to write a Flash novel or comic. Like, you could do so many things with Barry Allen, Wally West, Bart Allen in those type of stories. Like, I would love the opportunity to take a crack at writing the Flash stories for like DC Icons or their young adult graphic novels, because I mean, why not do that? Like, or Plastic Man or something like that, because it's like, and I'm happy that they're finally, taking opportunities and chances with other characters like Raven, Beast Boy. I mean, they did Dick Grayson recently, and they're doing Oracle. They did Cassandra Cain. Like, I'm happy that they're doing, taking chances with other characters and stuff. Like, and I look forward to the day that they do Cyborg, or, I mean, shit, I'm still waiting for a Static Shock. Like, come on. Like, I'm still waiting for Static to show up somewhere, So, DC Comics and all Warner Media employees working from home until 2021. Earlier today, I was told that this is by Rich Johnson, by the way. I was told that the emails went out to DC Comics Burbank employees from working from home this week, telling them to expect to continue to do so for at least the rest of the year. I am now told the memo went out to all Warner Media employees. DC Comics offices in Burbank, part of the Warner Brothers, sent most of the employees home from Monday, March 16th. So basically they're being told to work from home. So DC Comics will be working from home till 2021. So don't expect them to to continue. So anyway, so anyway, it's kind of crazy though, like this whole COVID thing's happening and all that. Like oh, hold on, I got an email. Boomerang announced Popeye. Also, if you shop on DC's official license store, buy 2, get 1 free on Funko Pop figures if you buy. They had some cool ones on here. Like I love the Vampire Batman one they have on the Funko Pops. I've been looking for that one in stores and stuff. I couldn't find it. I looked in GameStop. I looked in Wally World. Yeah, they didn't have. They released the for those who love the Batman comic, graphic novel or comic, Batman Bloodstorm, Batman Blood Rain. Funko released a Funko Pop of that Batman, where the sharp razor, vampire teeth, and blood, and like if you love vampire stuff, they finally released it of Batman. And for me, I've been looking for that one. I just can't find it. Like the last one I found the last couple of ones I found were Alfred and Wayne Manor. And I was like, it's so cool, but it's not the one I'm looking for. And they had when I did see like the Batman, I was just like, oh my god, hopefully is that the one? That's got to be the one. Where I thought it was the Batman Vampire, Batman Bloodstorm one. But no, it was the Batman 1997. I was just like, fucking Clooney Batman. like that's not the one I'm looking for. So I haven't found it yet. So like if you go on, I think they had. I didn't find it in stores, but I found it on Amazon. And I was just like, I can't wait for it to come here. I didn't order it, I didn't buy it. So if you love that version of Batman, the Vampire Batman, they have it on Amazon, and it is really it's really cool looking. It's very dope looking Batman and stuff. Like you get the red eyes, the vampire teeth, the blood, dripping from the vampire teeth. Like it's really cool looking, and I think anybody who likes it will dig it. So anyway, I guess we're at the end of the show, or wrapping up. So let me look up one more article. So I'm looking up the Phantoms and Monsters. I haven't been on here for a while. The weird thing about it is ever since I looked up the Phantoms and Monsters site, I've been offered trail cameras. I don't know why. Like, why do I need trail cameras? Like, like, I watched this one show. Oh my god, like, I watched this one show yesterday, called Finding Bigfoot. And I'd never seen the show before. Somebody, like, sent me, like, like, I was on Discord, and I was, like, talking about, mountain monsters, and, like, a lot of people were like, do you think they should bring back the show Mountain Monsters? I'm just like, no. Like, it's nothing against, the people who are on the show, like Buck and Huckleberry, Jeff, Willie, and all that, like, Wild Bill and all that. Like, I don't want to see the show come back, because it's like, I mean, I'll be honest with you, like, I really don't want to see the show come back. I feel like the show should just end. Because, like, you have, you had the trapper who passed away in December and stuff. Like, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I really don't want to see the show come back. It's like, it's kind of pointless, because it's like, I just really don't have an interest in seeing the show come back at all. Like, last season was kind of like, it wasn't bad, it was just like, it was one of those things, like, I just didn't really enjoy it, like, and stuff. Like, the first episode of it was kind of funny and entertaining and stuff, and when they got to the blue house and stuff, like, involving the ghosts and shit, like, it was kind of like, oh, this could be a new take I'd like to see. But no, it's just, I really don't want to see it come back. It kind of like, it just kind of felt like not the same show that I got really interested in and watching and all that. Like, so I did see this one show that ended in 2018. I didn't even know it was on from like 2011 to 2018. Titled Finding Bigfoot. And I take it they found Bigfoot and they ended it. So the show Finding Bigfoot was about this dude. I take it, this dude named Bobo, and Bobo, I take it, leads this crew to find Bigfoot, and they don't look for Bigfoot. They go squatching. Yeah, they're gonna go squatching. Meaning we're gonna find Bigfoot. So apparently Bobo and his crew go squatching. When I heard that word, I just started laughing. Because one, I was like, what the hell does squatching mean? And ever since then, I'm going to use that word now. Like, now, like, if we're ever going to go look for Bigfoot, we're going to go squatching. We're going to go squatching. We're going to, go squatching looking for Momo. And that's what we're going to do. So, I never heard the word before, squatching, and it intrigued me. Like, squatching. So apparently Bobo is like legit. Bobo is a legit squatcher, so anyway, I found this interesting article about the doctor by Dr. Raymond A. Keller, the author of the international award-winning Venus Rising book series. This is about Buck Nelson's trip to the moon, Mars, and Venus. Note, the following article delivered the lecture presented by Buck Nelson, a farmer from Mountain View, Missouri, before a study group on the interplanetary relationship in Detroit, Michigan on the 26th and 28th of July, 1955. When I read that, when I heard about this one, it kind of interested me because I've always said this. Like, I'm surprised with the amount of technology we have and stuff. The amount of technology we have and the amount of stuff that we created that we're capable of doing. I'm surprised we never went back to the moon and stuff. Like, I'm surprised. I know a lot of people are like, well, we've been to the moon, we've done it. What's there to look for? It's just like, the question I always ask is like, why haven't we never went back to the moon? I mean, like, if you look at the footage of the moon and stuff, like, it's cool and stuff, but it's just like, we have the technology now. We have the cameras. We have everything we're capable of doing. It's just like, why haven't we like gone back to the moon and landed on it just to get like new photographs and new footage and stuff? Like, why haven't we been able to do that? Like, go to different parts of the moon that we weren't able to go to and stuff. Like, that's the thing that I always been wondering and stuff. So when I read this article, like this answers and questions to Buck Nelson. So Laura Maxer, aka Laura Mundo, sponsored the series of lectures for the famous contactees at her Detroit, Michigan study group on interplanetary relationships. From Keller Venus Files, photos taken at the Canadian pulp science fiction magazine illustration. So this is a photo of them. Here is the questions and answers Buck about life in outer space. Questions, answers, period, followed by lectures. Here's a question. Do space people dress like us? Here's his answer. Yes, they dress very much like we do. Do they eat meat? Yes, in an emergency. I had eggs at one meal, and there was fish. Nothing fried, all boiled. Ugh. I ate a boiled egg once, and I was just like, I hate this. Do they speak English? Very well. They monitor our radio television programs. That is how they got so good at it. Do they have animals on the planets? Well, I took a trip. They knew I was interested in horses. As they flew over Venus, they tipped the ship so I could see the horses in the pasture. When I landed at the ruler's home in one place, I saw children playing with several sized dogs. One person asked, do they give names? No names. The only names they gave me were the ones I was to contact time and again, and only for identification purposes. Man, these are boring questions. Were you taken to the planets in their mothership or a saucer? The answer, no, I was taken in a ship about 50 feet across, probably 8 feet high. There was no mothership. It made the trip into space on its own power. I have slept in ships, and I was allowed to take the ship into the air. They showed me buttons to push, and they allowed me to play with it for 15 or 20 minutes. Oh my god, these are like boring ass questions. Yeah, one thing I never realized is like, when you hear about these things, it's just like, it's so crazy, like, you know. But anyway, oh yeah, I forgot to talk about the one thing, the Harley Quinn fan. I did a review when I talked about Harley Quinn. Like, I talked about the Harley Quinn Ivy relationship and the Harley Quinn show, and I talked about how they are just like, how I feel like they're just like forcing and rushing the story of their relationship, just my opinion. And a lot of people got, like, some people got pissy and upset about the comment I made. And, you know, that's just my opinion of it. I look at the story and I feel like, you know, I know a lot of people are just like obsessed with it. I mean, like, to the point where, you know, they wanted Ivy in the Birds of Prey movie. They wanted, like, right out of the gate of season 1, they were like wanting Harley to be in a relationship with Ivy. She left Joker. They want her with Ivy now. And it's like, you know, the thing that aggravates me is with season 2 is that they're not allowing the characters to evolve, grow, find themselves and shit. Like, that's what bothered the fuck out of me with season 2 at times. It's just like they want to rush it, like, you know. And season 2, like I said, there's episodes I enjoy. I enjoyed the Catwoman episode. I enjoyed the Batgirl episode. I enjoyed the Freeze episode. I even enjoyed the Gordon episode. I enjoyed the first episode of season 2, like Damian showing up. I'm Batman. You know, like, the Batman episode was my favorite one. I enjoyed. I wish Damian was in it. Apparently they forgot that character now. They never even brought back Damian. Like, they just were like, oh, we're done with him. But Harley in season 2, I just did not enjoy. I didn't like what the fuck they were doing with Harley. Did they change writers or something? Like, I didn't enjoy it. Sorry, I didn't. Harley's now about killing everybody. It's just like so fucking dumb, you know, and stuff. I get it. Like, there's gonna be, you know, characters dying, but you know, just, it's kind of my thought of it. Like, I didn't enjoy it. Like, and I don't like how everybody now wants Kite Man to be gone. And it's like, you know, Kite Man was actually the best part of the show at times. And the thing about it is, like, you got to see, you know, I pointed this out to people, and for people who claim to be Poison Ivy fans, they are dumb. They are dumb people. I said this. You get to see another side of Poison Ivy that you never got to see before. And you get to see her be, you know, sort of growing as her own individual. And they don't want to see that. They don't want that. And the thing about it is, like, why do you want to confine a character to a relationship and stuff? Like, you know, why do you want to put, like, Here's the thing I pointed out to people. Poison Ivy is just as abusive as Harley, just as abusive as Joker is to Harley. Like, when they first paired up together, Ivy didn't like Harley Quinn. Ivy just used Harley Quinn to get what she wanted. Does that sound familiar to another person? You know. But the thing I liked about the Kite Man Ivy relationship is that they both are opposites. Ivy's serious and serious about things, and Kite Man's just kind of like the laid back dude, and now they made him kind of like this whiny, bitchy person, which pisses me off, because it's just like, really, you're gonna make this dude like complain and be bitchy? He's supposed to be like this laid back, cool dude, like hell yeah type person, and stuff. That's just my opinion of it. And like, here's the irony of it. It's like they are getting what they want, but yet at the same time they don't realize that Harley Quinn might not be back for season 3 because they haven't renewed it yet. So that's the irony of it. And hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully they have renewed the show for a 3rd season. So, let's take a look. Hopefully they made an announcement somewhere. It's kind of funny though, they make announcements for things where I'm not recording the show. Let's see. Harley Quinn season 3. Has it got renewed or not? Here's the updates. Production status. This person points out that season 3 might happen between either 2021 or 2022. So, I don't know. Like, one thing I would love to see is, I would love to see like a Batman TV series, like an animated series. Like, that's one thing I would love to see. Hopefully with HBO Max they might do it, or DC Universe they might do it. I know at HBO Max they recently launched the new Looney Tunes cartoon series, which seems pretty cool. I've tried HBO Max. I just decided to cancel my 7-day free trial. Because I couldn't hook it up to the Amazon Fire Stick. They didn't have the app on the Amazon Fire Stick, and I was just like, for fuck. What's the point of even... Like, the only way you can watch it is on your phone or laptop, and I was just like, I am not carrying my laptop everywhere to watch it. And I'm not going to get on my phone and start watching it because, I don't feel like it. I sound lazy, but the Looney Tunes cartoon seems pretty cool, and stuff. The DC movies that they have on HBO Max They got the DC superhero girls. They got the Batman films. They got Teen Titans Go to the movies. They got the Man of Steel movie. They have, they have the Dawn of Justice. They have Wonder Woman. They have Shazam. They have Aquaman. They have a lot of cool. But one film they did not have that just kind of upset me was they did not have Twister. And that aggravated me. It's like, how do you not have Twister? Like, the most nostalgic 90s film on the planet. With the extreme Bill Paxton, Helen Hunt, Philip Seymour Hoffman. Like, how do you not have Twister? That was a good movie, by the way. That is like one of my favorite episodes we did was commentary on Twister and stuff. Like, I really love that film. It's really, it's one of those classic films I just enjoy. So, anyway, wrapping up the show. We'll be back Monday, Monday, Saturday, the weekend. Going out to my grandma's. Gonna clean her house. Move things in the basement. You're amazing. Thank you. So, Saturday, I have to go clean the house, dust things. Just do a lot of that stuff. And, so, anyway, we'll be back Monday. We'll be talking again about what comics are coming out and stuff. Yeah, text message. Okay. So, anyway, I'll be back Monday. Y'all have a good weekend and stay safe. Keep your social distance. Wash your hands. So, we'll be back Monday. See y'all. Have a good weekend. Bye.